Hey yo, what it do? This is the SKA CAST. Today we got Put on the Batteries. Put on the Batteries is a solo project started up by Purnell Talor. He's going to be talking to us today about their debut project, the Condiments. And we also hear from his rhythm section, Nico and David.
It's like reinventing yourself. That means so many things to me in a sense of like just like coming up with new ideas, challenging myself as a guitar player, playing guitar and attempting to sing.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump into the episode now. Shout out to Purnell. Shout out to his team, David and Nico. This is the SKA CAST. Put on the Batteries, yo.
How you doing, man?
I've been good, man. I've been chilling, bro. Like, just working and just pretty much, man, just working and quarantining or staying inside.
Right, yeah, of course. I mean, everything rose up this week, I guess. I mean, that's what they're reporting,
I just feel like a lot of this shit is just like, and it's always been like this in America, man. Capital over human interest,
Right.
Like certain shits, certain businesses, should reopen and kind of get back on their feet. But there's a lot of shit that, like the beaches reopening, shit like that. I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like that, even though I know it's hot, it's getting hot, motherfuckers. But if you don't got like an AC in your house in 2020,
yeah,
right, man. Like there's just certain things like we could like kind of do without this summer.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of folks out there kind of like, there's no way I'm going to miss my summer. I had summer plans, but also one way to look at it is, a virus doesn't necessarily, go by summer plans. You know what I'm saying? And then
that's what I'm telling people. Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, crazy.
So like a virus isn't gonna be like, okay, I'll spend 2 months, I'll be back. Like, nah, this virus is like it's a real thing. And like my first time seeing this shit, so we don't just make the whole thing about COVID-19, but like I saw the first glimpse of this shit like last year in December, and I guess people in Europe, France, Spain were already like quarantining, like in November, December of last year. So the fact that we're barely catching up in like in March, and then like we're trying to like already fucking just like rush back to normal, like nah, fool, we're barely catching up, like we're piggybacking. So I feel like it's just human nature, man. You know what's up. It's just some humans feel entitled, like, well, I need to get my hair cut. I have my rights. Like, all right, man, people are dying here. This is like, I don't know, man. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, one thing about it too is my sister, she's a nurse. So,
Respect.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, at her job, she tells me, like, it's not like a joke, like people are actually, getting affected, like really bad, and getting affected. So shit, man. I mean, I don't know.
I stay in Compton at the moment, and I'm like I'm on the border of Glenwood and Compton, right? So it's like I think like the middle of March, they had said like the shit hit Linwood, and like that show's at MLK Memorial, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm like right, my mind starts playing tricks on me, like I'm like, oh fuck, I live near Linwood, I'm right here, and like you start thinking about all the scenarios start going in your head, right? And so I remember that moment, I was just like, fuck, just it was one of those things where just like I knew I had to go to work because I work at a dispensary. I work at a weed shop. In case I don't know if I told you or whatever, but I sell the ganja. I'm gonna be taking dabs throughout this whole thing, by the way. So if I get sloppy, just know it's this. But I work at a shop, bro. So it's like,
right.
Okay, you wear your mask, right? You wear your mask. So some people that will come into my shop, most motherfuckers will wear their mask. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers will come in with their mask like halfway on their chin, and I'm looking at these motherfuckers. I'm like, this is the type of motherfucker that'll wear a broken condom and think it's okay. Like, hey man, what you mean? It still worked? Like, nigga. Like, so it's one of those things where I got to see like I got to see a lot of the different aspects of like human nature, like how some people are kind of like going along with it. Some people are rebelling against it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I only wear my mask at work and when I'm going to like crowded places or if I'm on the bus. Cause I skateboard and I take the bus everywhere. So, but besides that, if I'm just like at the park or if I'm in front of my front lawn, I don't know, man. I'll roll the dice. That's me personally, because I don't want to be a hypocrite and preach this shit and then like, but you know what I mean? Like, so it's just, I don't wear my mask 24/7, but I just feel like if you're at a fucking UPS or a fucking a post office, like, and there's like 30 people in there, it's like, yeah, you might want to something.
Right. No, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
there's a lot of like hygienic things that we didn't think about before that when, you put it into perspective, it's just like, oh shit, simple shit. Like
he's talking about all you fucking cochinos out there, all you sucios, all you fools that go to the fucking, to the ska shows, all musty and shit, you know, that was me about 6 years ago. So I know you guys are my people, but you're right. It's just simple, common hygiene.
Yeah.
It's nothing really like wash your hands, motherfuckers.
Right. Exactly. No, I feel you. Yeah. What do you think about like, you know, the promoters that are throwing shows right now? Just out of curiosity, I mean, I'm sure you're aware that there's, you know, a few local ones happening at the moment.
You know what, bro? Like, I guess if my opinion means shit or like a turd in a toilet, it's bound to happen eventually. I guess all I could say to those individuals, I don't know this, you know, the specific production that are doing it, but you know, whoever they are, it's just one of those things where I feel like, you know, someone was gonna do it eventually. They just happen to be the first ones to kind of like do it. Do I rock with it? I rock with it in the sense of like, all right, cool, like there's shows, but you won't catch me at those shows. No disrespect to any of those guys, whoever they are, and if they watch the podcast, you know, but it's just for my own safety because I'm in my 30s. I'm not old, but I'm not a young, I'm not no fucking spring chicken. So, you know, I have to, and I got my mother that's in her late 70s. So, you know, I just have to think about all those things for me personally. So personally, I think it's ballsy. It's cool. Hello, Nico.
What's up, man?
What's happening?
I was gonna ask. So, you're the drummer, right, on the EP?
And the drummer, producer, engineer, all that.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I don't know if you know a band called The Veil. I don't know if you ever fucked with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. They had a song on there called 4 a.m. or something like that.
Oh yeah, which Tony Hawk, the first one or
number 4?
Number 4. Oh, I didn't play that one that much. Like I grew up with like 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 was like and then Underground. I kind of started playing more music.
yeah, I feel you. I was gonna say there's a song on there. It's called Simple Song, and the album's called 4 a.m. But a lot of the distortion, like on that song, was kind of reminding me like distortion that you guys were using on like the guitars.
Oh yeah, that was kind of like we kind of just used like we didn't use too much stuff, you know. Let me see. I'm trying to remember what we used. His amp. We used just a Marshall amp, and we used one of my Schecter guitars with EMG's pickups. So that's why it kind of sounds kind of raw, you know. I didn't really use too much processing on it because I wanted to sound, you know, like punk, you know, like
yeah.
I didn't want it to sound too like overproduced.
Right. I mean, it sounds clean as fuck though. Like I was listening to it, and I'm like, yo, this shit sounds dope. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
Can't leave. You know what I'm saying? I just think it sounds if you guys were trying to go for like that like pop punk tone on like those distortion parts, I would say you guys like got it like pretty perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Thanks.
No, I was gonna say I just remember I kept bugging Nick about certain albums like Enema of the State from Blink-182.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I
just kind of like I would just go to the studio and be like, hey, listen to this band or listen to this band, and I would just kind of like use certain bands as like certain albums and certain bands as like points of references for like the type of sound vibe. And, you know, it was just I don't know, like you said it yourself, Nick. Like, you know, we weren't really trying to like reinvent the wheel. It was just like a simple presentation of what it is, and you know, we're simple, straight to the point.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I got those references, and I'm really familiar with that style of music, you know. And I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of the work that producer Jerry Finn. So this producer, he produced a lot of like old school punk stuff. He did the
Descendants.
He did the Descendants, the Dookie album from Green Day. He did a bunch of Blink albums. He did a Boxcar Racer, and just to name a few, you know. And he was already gonna start working with Morrissey and stuff like that. So he was like working on other shit before he passed away, you know. Rest in peace, Jerry Finn. But he was one of my like favorite producers, you know. Yes, and I try to mimic what he did, you know.
Yeah.
What he did in the records. He keeps a lot of the essence on there, a lot of the rawness of the music, while still covering it up with that pop stuff, you know, with that pop vibe.
Yeah.
But he still kept the essence, and that's.
He also grew up in the punk scene too, and he was in a punk band.
Yeah, he was.
That kind of helped.
Yeah, you know what's a funny thing about him too? He produced the song for Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh shit.
So that's why you hear a lot of that poppiness in Blink, because he did that right before Blink. So I'm pretty sure he applied whatever he did for the Alvin and the Chipmunks to Blink, and that's why Blink sounds so like crispy, you know. And that album.
Alvin, Simon, Theodore. All
Yeah.
that smoke.
Bro.
That sense. I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to how he got that sound glossy. You know what I mean? From an audio perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I think nowadays too, like other producers that are popular, aside from like Bill Stevenson and all of them, I think Sam Pura. I don't know if you know Sam Pura from Panda Studios.
I'm not too familiar. Where's he from?
He's from up north. I can't remember exactly what city, but
Okay.
he did a lot of hundreds stuff. And Alex Estrada, he's from LA. He did some of the Touche Amore stuff too.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah. I think he did. This Is Just a Life by Rotting Out too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's some old school shit right there. I'm like, damn. He told me he did some Mata Moscas too.
Oh,
but,
what the?
Yeah, he just didn't tell me what like what it was. I'm like, all right.
Just on some random, just you happen to be there and let's do it, you know?
Yeah, we were recording there, and he was just like, yeah, I can't remember the last time I did a ska band. I think it was a band called Mata Mosca. And so we're like, yeah. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mata Mosca's been around for a long, long time too, man. They're one of the first bands that I grew up kind of too with, you know, like it was Chinche Berrinches, Viernes 13, Left Alone, La Resistencia, 15 Letras, you know? The Kung Fu Monkeys.
Oh shit, yeah.
And JLB, you know, like, and it just kind of started just evolving into all these bands.
I'm starting to feel 35 here.
I was gonna say, you guys all came up like together. Like, are you guys all like the same age or like?
Well, dude, today's my birthday, so I'm actually turning 33 today.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you. No, yeah. So today I turned 33. I think everyone else is pretty much the same age. David he's 32. He's a year, well, not a year younger, but a few months younger.
We're all like in our like mid to early 30s.
Yeah, early 30s. Let's say early 30s.
That's what's up. No, that's what's up. No, that's tight. Yeah, you guys were all like playing in like each other's like bands, or like playing at least like playing shows with each other. Like
we grew up with the same same scene, you know, basically the same scene.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
Remember, actually, this guy used to play in Bronco Bangkoko, and I'm pretty sure you played in a few other bands before that. But my first recollections of you, or recollections of you, were like you guys would practice in Baby Bass's garage, man, or Isolated Victims OG bass player's garage at the time. And I remember there was another drummer before you, and then I guess he left, and then you came. And
yeah, they had bouncing drummers. They had different guys jumping in and filling in before I came in and started rearranging the whole thing. Yeah, man, I was in a couple bands before that. I used to play with a band called Midnight Riot when I was in high school, and after that, I started playing with Ronco, and I played with that band for a long time, for maybe like 9 years before I started doing my own thing with Profesor Galáctico and the Paranoias. But then the Paranoias also had another thing too, you know what I mean? They had ESL before that. And this was like during the same time where Isolated Victims and were doing their thing, and all these other bands, Self-Centered Skankers too, you know what I mean? Island Theater was still the poppin' spot for upcoming bands like us in our area.
Where we connect everything, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Astronauta, which is another band that I kind of played on and off with, bass player ended up drumming for Astronauta like years later. So there's like weird connective tissue, and it's whatever. So I guess.
It's just, you know, like people take different steps. Everyone has their own thing, their own life going on.
Yeah.
So, it's all love. It's all.
It's all love. It's all love, and but at the same time, it's, you know, it's timing too. You know, people have different timings, and under certain circumstances, they get aligned. You know what I mean?
Right.
And these talks where it's just like, you know, shit gets real. Like it's this game is not meant for everybody. This game, when I say game music, you know what I mean? Like this whole like pursuing whatever you want to pursue, whether it's just like being a working musician, making some sort of lucrative career out of it. It's not meant for everyone. Like you know who added me, Nick? Not the name drop or be the guy that name drops, but Trish Toledo. I always pronounce her last name fucking wrong, but Trish, shout out to Trish. She followed me.
She's a good homie, man. She's a really talented singer.
She's very humble too, and she's been through a lot. And you know her story. She made a lot of stuff. But she told me some shit that kind of hit. She was like, "Yeah, you're gonna like you're gonna push far as you can, but doing so, you're gonna like lose a lot of friends in the process, or so-called friends that you thought were friends, and it's true. It's really true. So whatever.
Yeah,
And
well,
just kind of like
everyone has their own vision, you know, and that's how it goes. Like when you have your vision, and there's certain people that are gonna be aligned with it, they're gonna kind of like, you know.